and systemic factors. And I want to highlight some of the underlying causes for this. Number one, historical discrimination. Redlining is not something that is foreign to us. Historically, redlining practices by banks and by lenders discriminated against African American neighborhoods, Latino neighborhoods, limiting access to credit and home ownership opportunities. Also, we've experienced a lot of predatory lending, which attributes to high interest rate loans, okay, and practices that have disproportionately targeted African American communities, Latino communities, leading to higher interest rates, high levels of debt, and also credit issues, higher mortgage payments. Number two, economic disparities. Let's look at income inequality. African American households and Latino households often face lower average incomes and higher unemployment rates, making it harder to manage and repay their debts. Also, it causes lack of access to financial services because many of the underserved populations, communities, lack access to traditional banking services, leading residents and those in the community to rely on high cost alternatives like payday loans. Not even only that, you'll notice that there are a lot of check cashing places that are popping up in all of the underserved communities. Why? Because they know where to plant these stores. They know where to plant these check cashing places because in the underserved communities, more than half do not have bank accounts. Why? Because they have what's called a negative relationship with the bank that they may have had in the past. So it has caused them to have a report and check systems. And because they have a report and check systems, it does not allow them to have a bank account anywhere else. So if they go try to open up a bank account somewhere, the bank is not going to give them access or allow them to open an account because of the negative history that they have in check systems. But if they were a little more financially astute, they would know that that check systems report can be cleared so that they can have access now to banking, that they no longer have to go to these check cashing places to cash their checks, to pay for money orders, to get debit cards, and a whole host of other things that they're spending their money on, paying these extra fees when they can just do this straight from their bank account. Every little dollar counts. More that people that are not financially literate spend thousands of dollars every year in these access services. These are excess services that they're like these check cashing places and these high interest rate loans, and they paying all of these extra fees. This is money that could be in an interest bearing account, building up wealth for them. So you see that it causes educational gaps because of lack of financial literacy. Listen, lower levels of financial literacy and education about credit management, it contributes to poor credit scores. We already know what poor credit scores do. This is why when people have poor credit scores, in case most of you don't know, and I know because I've been in the business for 20 plus years. So I'm always dealing with clients who are in these bad credit car loans. What do I mean by that? Car dealerships, they are glad to have you with your bad credit score, with your 575 credit score, your 530 credit score, because they can easily put you in a loan. But what they don't tell you is that interest rate may be 30%. You will never, ever finish paying off that loan. It may take you 10 years to pay off that loan because what they do is they stretch it. So now you got an $800, listen to me, you got an $800 monthly payment on a $25,000 car loan. So as you make that $900 or $800 payment every month, the interest is eating up the payment so that it really doesn't hit the principal. So now your balances is going down and you're paying that $800 or $900 a month for like 5-6 years. And the loan is not, the payment is not making a dent in the loan, which means the balance is not decreasing. I know this because I've had so many clients who were in these type of loans. And I had to fix their credit to get them out. So this is a problem. Well, my people, please wake up. The Bible tells us that we perish for lack of knowledge, but it's time for us to wake up. It's time for us to wake up so that we do not become ignorant anymore to the devices that the system of the world, the system has set a trap for us to fall in. It's time to wake up. Educational disparities. Well, we know there's inequities in the education system. So it leads to fewer opportunities to high paying jobs, and it also leads to financial instability. There's also systemic barriers. Okay. The credit scoring models. Most people, they don't know that, how much damage a low credit score can do to you. Most people don't know that, in order to build your credit, you may have to start with a subprime card, but you don't stay there. You need to know that if you have a credit card that they offer you for $300, a $300 credit limit, and it is a subprime card, but you don't max the card out, you're being given that card to see if they can trust you with a $300 limit. How are you going to treat that $300 limit? But most of us get the $300 limit and we max it out within 30 days. And then you pay the $20 a month, which means that you failed the test. So what am I saying? It's time for us to wake up. Wake up financially, mentally, so that we do not continue to stay bound by ignorance. Teach your kids about money. Matter of fact, you need to be taught about money. Whether you learn it from me or somebody else, make sure you vet the person. What do I mean by that? It's not about these overnight sensations on the internet. Now you got AI and everybody's getting their knowledge from AI. But what they don't know is the system is brainwashing you so that your mind can't think for itself. You want to make sure that these people who you go and see who's giving you financial advice or who you are, you may go and do business with, you want to see their evidence. Because it's not about AI. Use your own brain. Write your own books. Hello, somebody. What are the solutions? The solutions is for us to become more financially astute. Make it a priority of yours to learn about credit. If your credit is bad, get it fixed. If you in debt, what's the quickest way you can get out? Most people are scared of bankruptcy. Let me tell you something. Bankruptcy was put in place for you. But so many people are ignorant to what the purpose of bankruptcy is all about. And I'm not going to get into that in this video, but I do have a series that is coming out soon about bankruptcy. Am I advocating bankruptcy? No. But when it makes sense, it makes sense. This is why, well, a lot of y'all don't like Trump, but Trump is smart. This is why Trump then filed bankruptcy numerous times. All of the celebrities, 50 Cent, what is it? What's her name? Tony Braxton, all of these people, because it gives you a fresh start. Even the Bible talks about bankruptcy. Y'all better read your Bibles. But because you don't know, you're listening to other people. I like to call them the don't know what they talk about committee. When you listen to other people and you don't do your own investigations, then you are bound by what other people say. You should allow the Holy Spirit to lead you and guide you into all truth, because that's what he does. You need to make your decisions based off of what God tells you. Bankruptcy was put in place for your good. It was put in place for you to have a fresh start. So these are just some of the resources that I'm talking about. If your credit is bad, fix it. If you're in debt, get out. If you don't know how to manage your money, get help. But what I'm saying is that we have to come out of this financial ignorance. And I am recommending that we teach our children the importance of money, the importance of saving, so that we don't pass on these generational curses that we were dealt from our family. I'm not saying you have a generational curse, but I know that I was raised where my mother used to always say, money don't grow on trees. Money don't grow on trees. Don't tell your child that, because you limit in their mind what they can do. You just limits them. Let us learn as much as we can, get the knowledge so that we can strengthen and grow our financial portfolio. And if you don't have insurance, get some insurance. Make sure you're covered. Make sure your child is covered. Make sure if you qualify for will or trust, put one in place so that nobody have to be trying to gather money up to bury you, so that they won't be fighting over no will. Get your house in order. Get your house in order. Let us wake up and get our financial houses in order. Let us not remain in the box and the part of the statistics that they try to keep us in. We know that in some of the neighborhoods, I purposely did this. I went to a neighborhood, underserved community, and go to the supermarkets in those neighborhoods versus going to a supermarket in, I want to say Canarsie or downtown Cobble Hill. Look at the meats, look at the products, and you see the difference in you see the difference in the meat, the quality of the meat. Go into an underserved community and you'll see that the meat is dark brown, the meat is old, the meat is no good, the expiration dates, come on, the fruits is spoiled, the meat is turning green. But you go down to Cobble Hill and everything is fresh, all the vegetables is fresh, all of the apples are shining, and all these things are shining. They do that because we allow them to do that. I tell you, we as a people don't fight enough. Other cultures, they fight. You see them downtown marching and doing everything, but we as a people, we don't fight enough. We should not allow these supermarkets to come in our communities with this bad meat and bad produce and bad vegetables. And this is why diabetes is high in our neighborhoods, obesity, high blood pressure, overweight. Come on, sugar, all of these things are high in our neighborhoods because we don't eat right. We buy the wrong food. We allow these supermarkets to come in and sell us these things, and we don't say nothing. We just go with the flow. Wake up. Just telling you to just wake up. Start paying attention because it's about to get real, y'all. For those of you who are in the body of Christ, you'll know that it's about to get serious. And I'm telling y'all, it's time to wake up. It's time to pay attention and get your house in order. Talking about your financial house. Get your house in order.